X1's press conference of Nations Collide. Nations Collide is actually on Friday, this Friday, at the Blaisdell Center. Doors open up at 6 o'clock. The show starts at 7. And of course, if you did not attend the last X1 World Events at the Blaisdell, they debuted their new cage, their cage ring, and it was a huge success. Everyone seemed to like it. Champions 2 was a big success, and they also had it at the Waipahu High School, a smaller event that they had that last month. So the cage will be in effect for this particular bout, so no more ring for X1 World Events. Well, X1 has certainly gone international and exhibited by the fighters who X1 promoters have exhibited here today, coming all the way from as far as Russia to across the Pacific to Korea and also the nation of Japan. They have come here to exhibit their fighting talents before a Hawaii appreciative audience. And I know Hawaii people are very appreciative of good fighting, and X1 is certainly cognizant of that and willing to search the globe, so to speak, to bring you the best in global MMA action. I'm going to go off by just interviewing the people who are on the front desk. They're not necessarily fighting each other or fighting in the same weight class, but these are people who are here today. And I'm going to start on my left to your right, fighting in a heavyweight battle. This is Miles Tynus. Miles, raise your hand. And he's Tynus. Thank you, Tynus. Fighting in a heavyweight battle with Satoshi Ishii, who is currently on his way here. Next to Miles is Daniel Madrid, and he'll be one of the participants in the light heavyweight tournament that is coming up. Sitting next to Daniel from Japan, a veteran of Pride and K1, is Shungo Oyama-san, participating in the light heavyweight tournament that will take place on Friday night. We'll skip the two in the middle, come to them in a minute. Sitting to my right, your left here in the black jacket is Sang-Soo Lee from South Korea, a veteran of the Spirit organization in the South Korean nation. Sitting next to Sang is Vitaly Shemetov from Russia, also a participant in the light heavyweight tournament. And sitting next to Mr. Shemetov is, he is not competing in the light heavyweight tournament, but Toru Harai from Japan. He will be in one of the undercard. Which brings us now to the two gentlemen in the center who will be vying for the 170-pound title, and the belt is sitting right there in front of you. That is the welterweight title of X1 World Events. The champion, or I should say the challenger, let's introduce the challenger first, making his way from the island of Maui with a record of 7-2, Dylan Clay. And next to him is the welterweight champion of X1 World Events, a veteran of the UFC, Elite XC, and K1. He defeated the champion at that time, Chad Reiner, back in May of 2008 in a grueling 25-minute match. And he is the current champion who has held on to the belt now for 2 years. I bring you Brandon Wolf. Well, his opponent is no stranger to local MMA action. He trains out at MMA Diat in Kailua. A lot of you maybe might be seeing double out there. He is actually one half of a twin brother team that his brother also fights MMA as well. His brother was also a veteran of the Naval SEAL Service, as is Brendan. So he served our country well in one of the most demanding and physically challenging specialty units, special forces units you could ever want to come across. But he is an accomplished fighter, as I mentioned, a veteran of UFC and the Elite XC and also K1. I bring you the X1 welterweight champion, Brandon Wolf. I'll start off the questioning for Brandon. Brandon, a lot was made mention of your 25-minute war with Chad Reiner, and do you see the fight with Dylan on Friday night pretty much a similar scenario?
First of all, thanks for everyone to coming. Appreciate it. Just like Dylan said, I've prepared for 5-5s. I hope it doesn't go 5-5s. But I see a tough fight in front of me, a tough opponent, and I think the fans are going to get what they paid for. Any questions?
How does the mindset get adjusted or change for you coming in as the champion, looking to defend the belt? Is it different at all?
Well, yeah, I don't really consider. I mean, I got the belt, but I'm not the champion until I defend it. So, the fight with Reiner, I won that fight. I brought the belt back to Hawaii. That was my motivation. And this time I got the competition just gets better and better. Now I got in my eyes, in my opinion, a better fighter in front of me. So it's gonna be a tough fight. And now my mission is to keep the belt. And I can't say, well, he's from Hawaii too, so it'll, either way it's gonna be in Hawaii. But yeah, I want to defend this belt and then take it from there.
Brandon, you've been around this fight game locally for a while now. What do you think about the X-1 promotion, and now they're trying to bring an international flair to it with the assembled fighters from around the world you see here today?
X-1, I mean, you don't, I've been doing MMA for almost 10 years. Before that, boxing, kickboxing. When, I've been going to the Blaze Out watching fights for a while. And I don't remember ever going to a fight or watching a show with 5 different countries fighting in one night. So they really went above and beyond to put on a good show for the fans and bring the world to Hawaii. And usually we fight each other. We fight locals on local guys fighting local guys. This gives us an opportunity to take our competition to the next level and test our skills amongst the other fighters across the world and the country. And as far as X-1 goes, they helped me get to the next level. After I fought Reiner, I got the call from UFC, and a few of my other teammates, same story. So this, to me, X-1 Promotions is the highest level of competition in Hawaii, and what every fighter in Hawaii should strive to be a part of. And I hope it stays around. The fans got to come out and support. They got to buy tickets and meet us halfway. So I hope that's the case, and I hope we keep doing shows like this.
At this time, we're going to bring up the combatants for the light heavyweight tournament.